Oops. There we go. Hi, chat. Chat. I'm not gonna be 100% flat for this stream. I'm just gonna be mostly flat. Hi there! One second, the train is going by. Damn you, public transportation. I'll turn on the stream POV actual thing in a sec. But yeah, we're gonna be checking out a Minecraft server today. I know the intro screen is still up. Shut up! I'm still setting things up on my end. There, is this what you want, Lee? You want to see boobs? Because I wanted to use an outfit like this. But stop talking on both of your accounts, you weirdo. Might end up putting my BGM on here because the game music doesn't seem to have music, actually. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna have it on really quiet. And then let me just make sure it's not too loud. Because I don't want the audio to be too loud for you guys. YouTube updated their studio and I don't like it. I'm muted, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Can't even hear the background music. Let's try this. Okay. I'm just gonna be playing around with the audio adjustments for a second here. I gotta get it to a good volume where it's not gonna be too loud over my speaking voice. There, I think that should be good. Okay. Yeah, okay, we should be good now. So what this is this is a Minecraft world that is a reconstruction of Middle Earth. What the hell is this? Okay. They actually have controller support on this server, which is interesting. Whee! I can spin. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be checking the server out. So first of all, this is the first area that you load into. It's Merton College, which if I believe I remember correctly is where where Tolkien, I almost said fucking the wrong name. Anyway, this is where Tolkien basically wrote the first bit of his works, which is crazy. Let's see, ARDACRAFT World Painter map as of August 2024. I know this has had updates since. Its most recent update was 2 months ago. That's kind of interesting. Apparently this world is like 10 times the size of Skyrim, something in the ballpark of that, and it's very, very, very detailed. I haven't been to the actual location that this is based on, so I'm not 100% sure how accurate it is. I'm actually going to use my keyboard and mouse to look around. I feel like it's a little nicer. There's bird noises. What the fuck? So I can go that way, explore the map, or I can go here, which is guides and info. This is like a lot of stuff of how to build, like how to contribute. They are looking for builders. If you are an expert Minecrafter, they need a lot of help because they are trying to do the whole damn thing, and it is very, very detailed. Like, look at this shit. What the fuck? This shit in Minecraft is witchcraft. I see people do shit like this sometimes, and I'm like, how do they do that? But yeah, if you wanna... And they've got guides on how tools work down there and stuff. But yeah, if you want to join, you gotta hit up their Discord. Anyway, we're gonna go to the map. Whoa, look at this painting here. That's actually really, really detailed. Same for this. Also, I like the details of all these on the walls. A Pathfinder tool, that is the thing I'm holding. Simply right-click while holding and select the path you wish to follow, and it'll take you on like a guided tour, it looks like, basically. Let's see, you might want to travel other ways. You can use /mount for a horse or /boat to travel on water. You can also do /fly or double tap to use your spacebar. Looks like I can't fly in here. Press the full stop. It's gonna apply the shader. Give it 1 second. Ooh, wow. That is a instant difference. Gotta give it a second to calm itself down. J.R.R. Tolkien's journey into Middle-earth began in 1914 and lasted until his death in 1973. Inspired by his love for language and mythology, he would, over many decades, weave a rich tapestry of lore, which culminated in The Lord of the Rings and The Silmarillion. ARDACRAFT is building Middle-earth based on the books, real historical architecture, and on Tolkien's many sketches and paintings. Some locations look quite different to those in the films. And they've got the server world info. If there's a specific, if you want to go to location. Yeah, the FPS did drop, didn't it? Here, give me 1 second. I might be able to fix that. Let me tell my computer to boost its power that it's routing to its core. Give it more power. Boost it. There. That's much better. In the summer of 1930, Professor J.R.R. Tolkien found himself bored while grading papers. Upon finding a page in a student's paper was left blank, the professor would write, "In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit." Oh, this is really cool. Wait, this is really cool. It's probably gonna be a little bit lower FPS for a second here while it loads everything. My poor model. Okay, there we go. If it continues having trouble doing both my model and this, I can always switch to my chibi model too. Aww. Wait, this is so cool. Wait, this is so cool. Here, let me fly up so we can get a good view of this. Wait, this is like really awesome, actually. Okay, and they do have in-game music coming up, so I'm gonna turn off my background music for now. "10x is the graphics." I just think this is so neat. Let's see, we can follow Frodo's path, Aragorn's path, Bilbo's path, Merry's path. Try to do Frodo's path, though I want to see Bilbo's path too. Here, give me 1 second. I really want to use this outfit, but let me switch to my chibi model real quick for a performance boost. Here we go. Well, it really is quite unhappy, even with this. Let's see. I may have to turn the shaders off. I may just have to turn them off. I am a bobblehead, and that means you can use all the chibi emotes, or you can shake me and stuff via Twitch commands. Yeah, it doesn't look quite as nice without the shaders on, unfortunately, but it does run much, much smoother. So we'll just have to do that for now. Ooh, do I have to have my shaders on to do the path stuff? I may have to. Let me see if I can go in there and lower the shaders settings. I feel like turning off the waving plants is going to help a lot. And turning these off. So to apply its details real quick. Yeah, the main problem seems to be... Sorry that I'm doing some debugging midstream. I don't even have a bad computer. It's just, the problem is, this is actually a pretty beefy thing to be running alongside running my VTuber programs and running the stream. Okay, everything that I do for this makes it a little bit... This should be looking for, like, Minecraft. This should be looking like Lord of the Rings, Pope. Do not need all that shit on. Can I turn anti-aliasing off? There we go. Let's see how this looks. It is what it is. I do think this looks really cool. Thank you for the head pads. Yeah, okay. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna turn it off. Entirely. Yeah, this is... Genuinely, I think this is so awesome. Can you reopen this again? Oh, you can. Running at 10 FPS as Todd Howard intended. I should play, Wait, this is all loaded in here. One second, look, you can see in there. What the fuck? Look at the detail. It's hard to see, but you can actually, like, see in here. They have stuff constructed. I don't know if I can... Yeah, you can't just break in on this, unfortunately. Oh, there is the path. Okay. What about in here? Yeah, that's so cool. Ooh, there's a window. You can see in. Like the freak I am, I can gaze upon them. My hair! Oh. Hello. How detailed this is. They removed my hair. Oh, it's so cool. I really do want to do Bilbo's path at some point. I can't get in. That makes sense. It is still Minecraft. I love the audio, like, details, too. Broom closet. So what you wish Vintage Story would look like? I wish Vintage Story looked like this, and I don't even play Vintage Story. I tried it once and I just couldn't get into it. So interesting. Glad they made it feel nice and spacious in there. Okay, we gotta go down this way now. Fuck, I lost the path, bro. Ah, here. I'm getting so distracted looking around at everything. So we got some fields over here. Like, this feels so nice. It's like so detailed. Waiting for Sam to catch up. Like, look at all these little detailed areas. I like that it's like a really, really detailed, like, a step-by-step of the path they took in the book. I like that detail of there being a little boat. I can't see the path in the corn. I gotta just trust. Did they go out this way? No. Shoot. I can't see. They did go in this way, right? Yes. Oh, did they go this way? Okay, okay. Maybe? Oh lord, I can't see it. Sweater. It's like a Disney ride, except you don't have to pay. It is kind of like a Disney ride. Oh, we do have to come out here. How you doing today, Sweater? I'm not up to much. I'm checking out ARDACRAFT, which is a Minecraft server where they have been reconstructing the Lord of the Rings. Basically. It's an incredibly detailed server. You had a pleasant day? Good. Like, let me just fly up. I started up there, and so far we've been following Frodo's path that they took. We came down around this way and down to here so far. Which they took this path because they wanted to avoid all the shitters that live there. Is there a fucking bird in this tree? Look! What the fuck? This bird is freaking me out. I don't like that. Look at it. Mordecai, shut up. Here, let me get back down where I was so I don't miss any of the story cues. Maybe we'll find Rigby. It is kind of like a Disney ride though, isn't it? I think Riff was on like the right idea. Why am I in the west farting? Shut up. Ooh, we gotta go over this. Parkour! Oop, I'm running into stuff. I want to look at one of these sheep they have. I want to see their sheep textures. Oh, that's fucking me up. The realistic sheep textures. Oh, don't look at me. Don't look at me, little guy. Here, chicken. Oh shit, they're realistic chickens. What the fuck? I can't hit the realistic chickens. It's got water in it. Wait, am I going the right way? Where's my path? I'm lost. Where's my path? Here's the last place I saw it. Okay. Okay, no, we're not going over that gate. We're going this way. That's why I couldn't find it. Sweater, this shit's multiple times the size of Skyrim. It's crazy. When I read that, I was like, there's no fucking way. Green Hill Country. So awesome. Yeah, I'm little. I'm chippy now. Towards Woody End. My hair! That's the second time already this stream. You fiends. And in baldifying me. Deeply cloven track between tall trees. These trees do actually look so good, by the way. Oh, I'm being shook as well. Blech. back from the woods, back into Green Hill Country. Oh, we're going this way? Inquisitive fox passing by. I heard something going through the underbrush. Oh, or is that just me? Oh, I don't know. I do hear a fox. Hi. Yeah, this way. This is, like, actually so beautiful. 1 second. There's a little brook here. Oh, a bunch of question marks just popped up. You must be nearing some point of interest. Some stuff is 20 miles that way. We've already come 20 miles. Hi there, Zoo. I've come a whole 20 miles. Isn't that crazy? I'm so tired. So Hobbit sat by the side of the road and they had a little bit of lunch. So interesting. Oh. Torna's jumping on top of boxes. Torna, what are you doing? Get out of there. What are you doing in there? Oh, she came out. I was about to go pull her out of a box that she shouldn't be in. But she figured out she shouldn't be in there. Or maybe she realized it held nothing for her. That's your goat. I know. That's your child. Shared custody. Ah, and then they went this way. Mushrooms. Ah. There's some buildings over there. Wonder what that is. Bucklebury. I know. I feel so short. You know who else is short? The Hobbits. So it's accurate. How tall are hobbits? Surely I'm taller than a hobbit, right? Let's see. I say I'm between 2 and 4 feet tall. The average adult height is 3'5". So I am taller than a hobbit. It's like, there's that, you know? Gosh, it's so detailed. So crazy to know that, like, every block in this was basically placed by hand. Bam for long. Knock, knock. Yeah, I should take a look at the details because it looks like they're having us rush right through. There we go. Here's the dogs. God, they're so ugly. Grip. Bang, and I don't remember the third one's name, and it's not, the prompt for it's not working. Oh, there's an upstairs. Oh, a storage loft. That's so nice. More garden. They got some mushrooms growing here. Of course, a bed for guests. And over in here is more barn. Pigs. Oh, the pigs are so nasty. Look at them. They're like covered in shit, literally. Bam for long. I fell into water. I believe you can walk from the Shire to Mordor. Not every area is fully completed, I know that much, but I know that all the main areas are totally completed and fleshed out. From what I've heard. Oh, there's like an invisible bridge here. That's neat. That's unfortunate, Demon. Well, you can try the YouTube stream now, too, if the Twitch stream isn't working on your phone. More hobbit holes. I wanted to check this out. Look at that smoke coming out. Look how nice that looks. Oh, here's some more fucked up birds, guys. Let's get a quick close-up look at the birds. The pigeons. Look at them! Look at these pigeons! I do love using 2D sprites for stuff like this. It just makes things so nice. Towards Newbury. Mario 64 strats indeed. Ah! Kind of house where you have 3 bathtubs so 3 dudes can take a bathtub bath at the same time. Very normal. Also, hello! Welcome to the stream. Together? Well, they're like 3 feet apart, so it's definitely not gay, right? And they head into the old forest. Ooh, look at this crow. That's a very nice pro sprite. Look how good that looks. I love how good this one looks. Tomato is full of physical life force. Very true. Consume it for power. Look how thick it is up there. What's the game name? So this is ARDACRAFT. It's Minecraft. This is a specific Minecraft server where they're trying to recreate the world in which The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, etc. take place in. by book description and not so much by movie description. And I'm finding it is very, very lovely. It's a big work in progress, but they've been working on it since, I want to say since like 2014. Let me check. I believe they have that information on their site. Let me check. Because now I'm curious as well. 2013. So it's been in progress for 13 years. You're gonna cut yourself some fruit. What kind of fruit? Apple? Where am I? Mangosteen. I don't like those. Other people really like them though. We got some birds over there. The music's getting a little tense. Far off in the east. The Barrow Downs. Let's take a look. So that's why they put the birds here. It's because they want you to look off that way. That's cool. Alright, where are we going now? This way. I don't like a lot of fruit, though. I'm kind of a picky eater. I like apples and I like oranges on occasion. But I only like specific kinds of apples. Is there any other fruit I like? No. Just apples and oranges. But even then, I'm picky about those. I don't like berries, but I like things that are berry flavored. Withy Windle. I lost my 9. Okay, this way. I liked bananas occasionally as a kid, but there's something about... So I can eat banana bread, and I can make banana bread with bananas. But there's something about, like, putting an actual banana in my mouth and the texture and the mushiness. I just, I don't like it. It's weird. Bananas are weird. Look how nice and dark it is down here. Bananas have a really unique mouthfeel. Yeah, once they're mushy, you can make banana bread, and banana bread kind of fucks. I went through a period where banana bread was like my top food that I could eat reliably. So I was making banana bread basically every other day. A rat. Oh, look, a rat. Or what is it? Oh shit, a rat? Anyway, Lee's inside that tree. Ah. What the fuck? There's a duck. He's just chilling. Tom Bombadil. I would say, Devin, I think you would like banana bread. It's really, really good, actually. Tom Bombadil. For some reason, Tom Bombadil was kind of a meme for a while on the internet some years ago. Look at that view. Just so neat. That's the forest through which we just came. We still have much and much more to cover. I feel like if you were the type to write like fan fiction for Lord of the Rings, ARDACRAFT would be a good resource to have. To just sit in and soak the views in and think of what you'd be writing for characters in that location, you know? So this is the Barrow Downs. twisting and winding our way up the hill again. And here we've got another vista coming up. When am I streaming again after this? I don't know. I don't have actual work until the 21st, so maybe I'll stream again tomorrow. Around this time in the evening, or maybe earlier. It'll be when I feel like it, probably. Looking north. How many floors does Heaven on High? Good question. Let me check for you. I'm trying to find out how many. You're gonna leave? Have a good night. I wonder if I'm gonna turn on the shaders again. I wonder if the shaders reflect the weather for the story beats. Not really. Oh, it does look so good though. It just, my computer just does not want to deal with them, unfortunately. Stream Elements does do such horrendous things. They were on horses. 1 second. I know tools. I know there's a way to get on horses, apparently. Shoot, I can't remember. Sorry, I forgot. That was a thing you can do now. This is the map. So we came from here, and we've made our way this far. It's kind of crazy to see it as an aerial view like this. Maybe if I go to controls. Horse. Mount. I know for a fact there's a way to do it. In here? Yeah, I'm gonna start reading the things, so I'm just gonna put them down. Frodo spots two standing stones ahead. He rushes forward, thinking they are the exit. He looks behind him and finds his friends have gone. Imagine this is like vlog. Oh, I disabled the chat because people were yapping. It shows the Discord chat for some reason. Ooh. Someone else is also checking out the area. Frodo hears his friends distantly calling from up the slope, and he clambers up the hillside frantically. He hears them crying for help. He cries out for them, but hears nothing. It is getting cold, and it is wholly dark. He thinks he hears a muffled cry and rushes forward. A tall figure is outlined against the stars on the barrow. Its eyes are lit with a remote pale light. Frodo is seized and knows no more. Ah, this way. Ogie, Lee, have a good one. Ooh. What was the button for night vision again? Shoot. Ah, here we go. H. I shouldn't have it on. "29th of September, 3018. Frodo awakes in a cold chamber. The other hobbits are lying on the floor next to him, as if dead. They are clothed in white, and a long, pale sword lies across their necks. Treasures lie around them. He hears the incantation of the Barrow-wights, and a crawling arm appears. Frodo hews at it with the sword and calls upon Bombadil. After a sudden deep silence, Bombadil breaks the eastern wall of the blah blah blah. Shoot. I gotta slow the speed down a little bit more. I'll go back out this way. Here we go. Flip-a-dip. Oh, tape warp. Exit Barrow to leave. I can't do it. It's fine. Bombadil and Frodo haul out the three hobbits, as well as the treasures of the Barrow. Tom speaks to them when they wake. Merry recalls memories of a man who died long ago. Tom fetches their ponies and baggage and gives them each a sword from the hoard. Let me see if I can turn that speed down again. I can't even remember where it was that I saw the option for that. Shoot. It must have been in here. Oops. Oops. Interesting. Except I don't know what I just pressed. Okay. It's the K button turns on my shaders, so I can quickly look at a vista with the shaders, if I so please. Ah, here we go. No, that's not quite the setting I'm looking for. I know for a fact. Must have been in here. Sorry that I keep, like, doing this. Checking things. This? No. Lee is leaving his job? Oh, you mean me. I've never once in my life fed Lee. I was the only thing holding Woody back from leaving us forever. I'm sorry. It is literally this. Okay. I'm so stupid. It was literally this thing. How do I hide these waypoints? I don't want to see them. Oh, whatever I did, I got rid of them. Okay. Realized I was also holding the book that shows them even when I have the hotkey unselected. A very talented streamer here, guys. I definitely know how to play basic Minecraft. So we went up to there, came down, went up to there, and now we've come back down here again. Frodo looks all around him, but he can see no sign of the great standing stones where he lost his friends. Yeah, they're over in there, dumbass. My hair! Thank you. Wow. And I've been squeezed. How you doing, Node Rat? Before long, they come to the northern gap and ride through. Tom says that the dike had once been the boundary of a kingdom, but a very long time ago. He seems to remember something sad about it and does not say much. Let's see. Now we're here. Standing in the twilight, they feel a sense of loneliness and loss, and long for the Shire. Tom tells them to make for the prancing pony. They bid farewell to him and set off eastward towards Bree in the twilight. It's a little trading caravan. Interesting. They put a lot of care into this dirt road. I quite like it. buildings over there. And we'll be leaving those spires behind pretty quick here. Really flat up here. We got over this way. What is that town? Doesn't seem to have a name. Some of the areas are just a little bit fleshed out, I think. But a lot of them have like actual world building and stuff. I wonder if there's a Minecraft server with like this level of depth and building and scale of size. But like it's an original project made by the community and not like based on an existing like IP. Look at this. Oh, look at that. There's an actual block for the culvert. I really like that. That's a good detail. See, it's all these little things that I really like. They're like actually really, really nice. I wouldn't really have the skill to do beyond like the build team or anything, but I do really, really think that everyone on the build team's an amazing person. Even if all you've done is place one block or contribute to one building or anything like that, that's like part of this here. Before them rises Bree Hill, barring the way, a dark mass against the misty stars, and under its western flank nestles a large village. Towards it they now hurry, desiring only to find a fire, and a door between them and the night. It doesn't look like it's got a lot of detail to it from here, but that just might be the long distance thingy-majig. A small inhabited region around Bree Hill, about 40 miles. Something. That pop-up was a little too fast for me to read. Cool was at the hospital today? I don't know. Peek. A knife. An outhouse. Oh, it's like a barn door they have in there. It's a little clippy. Yes. I've caught up to that other guest. It is a clear night when the hobbits reach the west gate of Bree. The gatekeeper is suspicious, but lets them in. A sword. But that's an axe. Looked quite like a sword from this angle. Wait, the ladder functions as a ladder. That's awesome. Quite out of place here. I do not. I do not remember that. It could have been me. As you know, I am very forgetful. But I don't remember that. What the fuck? This pigeon, he going? A prancing pony. Famous inn and rest stop for weary travelers. By Barlaman Butterbur. This is definitely not where I need to go to get up into there. Up in here. No. There's some rooms here. And there should be a staircase, I think, to go up at some point. Alright, I'll check it out after the stream, Demon. Thank you. Upon entering the common room, the hobbits are quickly introduced to the Bree folk. A hooded man in one corner invites Frodo to talk, introducing himself as Strider. When Pippin begins talking about Bilbo's farewell party, Frodo climbs upon a table and begins singing to distract Pippin's audience. Falling from the table, the ring flips onto Frodo's finger, making him vanish. Crawling invisible under the tables towards Strider, Frodo removes the ring. Both Strider and Butterbur request a private talk with Frodo. Frodo, Pippin, and Sam make their way back to the parlor, and Strider follows. The hooded man introduces himself as Strider. He proves himself to be a friend of Gandalf's and pledges to help Frodo to Rivendell. Their new course will take them across country. The next morning, the company finds their room ransacked, dummies torn apart, and their ponies missing. It's my birthday, by the way, September 30th, at this point in the story. They managed to acquire a single pony, an underfed and dispirited animal named Bill. Many of the Bree folk, as well as those from Staddle, Combe, and Archet, crowd to see the travelers depart. The hobbits take no notice of the many people peeping out of their doors and over walls and fences. As they draw close to the south gate, Frodo sees a dark, ill-kept house. Bill Ferny is standing outside, smoking a pipe, and insults him as they pass. Sam throws his half-eaten apple at the man, hitting him square on the nose. Check out Bill Ferny's house. Not even a mattress on the bed in here. Bones. Bones. My dark cloak. Minecraft cows. Moo. I love Minecraft cows. One second. I need a drink of water. Oop. Oh, water. Dripping water onto myself, though. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. How much of it do they have? He sang. Oh, I'm dropping it. I love the ideal / not ideal Yisang memes, honestly. They are very funny. To their left, they see some of the houses and hobbit holes of Staddle, and on the gentler southeastern slopes of the hill. Strider decides to take them off the main road and into cover. Forest in the northeast. Give me 1 second. Switching to my controller because my hands are starting to hurt from pressing this W. The hobbits and Strider camp in this Chetwood. The hobbits and Strider make their second camp in the Chetwood the following night. They emerge from the Chetwood and behold the wide and dreary expanses of the Midgewater marshes. When I was a child playing World of Warcraft, I had a pet mud crab as a hunter named Midge. Swamps. There certainly is a lot of midges. You can see them all. I would be so upset coming through here. Ugh. I hate little bugs. Make brownies, please. I don't even have brownie mix. Maybe at some point I'll make brownies. I could go get the ingredients from tomorrow, I guess. I do love brownies. I made cinnamon rolls the other day for sweets. I can guarantee, as someone who's short, they do not fly to the highest fucker demon. That shit's not how it works. They're equal opportunity little bastards. Ah, I'm falling in the water. October 2 to 3. The hobbits and Strider camp in the marshes. They spend a damp, uncomfortable night being bitten by midges and kept awake by loud crickets. Miserable. Ghirardelli has a box brownie mix that they make that's really, really good. I wonder if they still make it. I had it a couple years ago. It might have just been kind of like a limited edition thing. I know Ghirardelli makes their own brand of chocolate chips. I could at least get those and mix them in with a different brownie mix. Let's see. The hobbits and Strider make their second camp in the Midgewater marshes. Frodo and Strider see a faraway light in the sky, which seems to come from the eastern hills. I can't see shit because of these fucking bugs. It doesn't look like they have it represented. Unless... Here we go. Almost lost my path. The hobbits and Strider camp under some stunted alder trees by a stream. The hobbits and Strider camp at the westward feet of the Weather Hills. This is on October 5th through the 6th. It's already been about a week. They find a track and decide to follow it southwards. Strider tells them it was built by the men of Arnor long ago to serve the forts along the hills. Getting a CAT scan. Was it just for his tummy problems and stuff? I think it was. I can't 100% remember. Is he resting right now? I would say ask him, but if he's resting, don't bother him. October 6th, midday, the company reaches Weathertop. The highest and southernmost point of the Weather Hills. Once we get up here, we'll take a look around with the shaders on. They leave their ponies and luggage in a dell on the western side of the hill. Then Frodo, Merry, and Strider make their way to the summit. Oops. At the top, they find burned glass and a cairn of blackened stones. The view is cheerless, wide and featureless lands with small patches of woodlands to the south. The road runs out like a ribbon out of the west and out of sight into the east. I've already come 30 miles from the marshes. After some time, Frodo sees figures approaching along the road. Strider knows them. The Black Riders are near. They retreat to the dell. The company lights a small fire and eat their evening meal. Strider tells them tales and sings a song of Luthien to keep their minds from fear. Later in the night, Sam comes running back from the edge of the dell in the sudden unreasoning terror. Shadows appear on the edge of the firelight, darker than the night behind them. Merry and Pippin fall to the ground in fear. Frodo's hand is drawn irresistibly to the ring, and he puts it on. He sees the riders in their true forms. Frodo invokes the name of Elbereth and strikes at them. In the same moment, he is stabbed. Strider fights the riders off, wielding a burning brand from the fire. In the morning, the wounded Frodo is placed on the pony, and they leave as soon as the sun is risen. As they cross the road, they hear two cries, one calling and one answering. Jeez. The line totally disappeared on me there. Sometimes the line is just gone. And I cannot figure out where it goes. To save the life of me. The company makes their first camp in the Lone Lands. Frodo's pain has begun to grow again. This is the night of the 7th into the 8th. I was gonna turn on my shaders at Weathertop. I forgot. I'm quite far from Weathertop now. Oh dear. I've lost my line. There we go. The company camps for a second night in the Lone Lands. They keep watch in pairs by night, but hear nothing. and see nothing. The night of the 8th into the 9th of October. Oops. The company camped for a third time in the Lone Woods, the night of the 9th into the 10th of October. Really do think the music's quite wonderful. Another train going by. The company makes their 4th camp in the Lone Woods. There is no sign of the riders, though they suspect their pursuers are waiting somewhere to make an ambush. The night of the 10th into the 11th in October. Big ol' river. Towards the end of the 5th day, out from Weathertop, the ground begins to slowly ride. Strider turns them northeastwards. The 11th into the 12th, the company makes their 5th camp in the Lone Lands. There's a couple of vistas 20 miles out. The company reach the top of a ridge and look out over the river Horwell. To the northeast, they can see the Trollshaws in the road. Strider tells them there's no way over the river save for the last bridge, so they must return to the road for a while. They camp nearby for the night. Congratulations. Yeah. I'm just about at 500, I do believe. Unless I got another one while I wasn't looking. Let me see. But I'm just doing my best. Yep, $4.99. I pretty much just use YouTube to upload my VODs, though. I've only just started streaming on YouTube. This is my 3rd stream on YouTube. I want to do more Dwarf Fortress again, because that seemed like it was very nice. And we have returned to the road, as promised. So the last bridge is coming up in about 5 miles. Really is running a little choppy. Oh, because I opened Chrome again. That would be why. I'm gonna close Discord too while I'm at it, so that it stops using my resources in the background. So I don't need Discord right now. I'm streaming. Ah, here's the bridge. Strider tells him to hide in the thicket while he makes sure the bridge is safe. They wait for a while in the thicket. Strider returns and tells them that he has seen no sign of the enemy. Instead, he has found a jewel in the mud on the bridge. It is a barrel, an elf stone. He takes it as a sign that the bridge is safe. They move forward. The enemy! The river cuts under the land in both directions. I wonder if that's intentional or just a way to, because they're not sure what they're going to do with the rest of the river, topography-wise. At this time. Let me look at it on the map. I don't know, it does continue. Maybe it just looks like it because of the LOD thing. Let me see. Okay, it doesn't actually cut under, it just looked like it from a distance. Interesting. Might be lost. 1 second. Oh no, we're still going the right way. Okay. This darn guiding line. Sometimes it just doesn't behave. Ah, but we go off here. That's fair. We only need to be on the road to cross the bridge. Of course. The company camps at the edge of the Troll Shaws on the night of the 13th into the 14th in October. Halfway through the month already. So lost already. Sometimes I cut through this foliage and it's just like, it's gone, bruh. Ah, there we go. Hurry. Which way are we going? We are going this way, kind of. Oh, we cut down here. That's why I couldn't see it from that angle. The way is difficult and Frodo's condition is worsening. Their progress is slow. The company makes their second camp in the Troll Shaws, the night of the 14th into the 15th. Ah, there it is. It begins to rain. If I turn on the chat, I can turn on the rain. There we go. Get some lore accurate rain going. Looks like I'm gonna be a slideshow for a second while it renders things, but I want to see what it looks like. Really does not appreciate having the rain on with these shaders. They look nice, but I wonder if they're out. If they're really optimized. The company spent a cold, wet, and cheerless night here, being unable to start a fire, the night of the 15th into the 16th. The high hills before them force them northwards, out of their course. Their provisions are running low. It keeps raining. They camp in the shallow cave under a cliff. Frodo is restless and in pain. Listening to the wind and dripping water, Strider sits with his cloak drawn over his shoulders, smoking his pipe and keeping watch. Frodo eventually drifts off to sleep and dreams of shadowy figures looking over the hedge into Bag's End garden. In the morning, the rain has stopped. They find a valley running southeast, the direction which they wish to take. Towards the end of the day, they find their way barred by a ridge of high land. They decide to attempt the climb, but it's very difficult. Frodo is obliged to dismount and climb on foot. At the top, they are all exhausted. Frodo collapses to the ground. His left arm is lifeless, and his side and shoulder are icy. The world around him is dim. They camp under the gnarled roots of a pine in the remains of an old quarry. The wind blows cold through the pass. In the morning, the sky is clear. Strider and Merry go to survey the land ahead, and Strider surmises that the road is close. Pippin discovers a faint and overgrown path. They find a stone door hanging open in a rock wall. Inside, they discover it is an abandoned troll hole. Which button was it? Here we go. There's bats in here. I see. Like to have or to, what? Pippin comes running back. He is convinced he has seen trolls in the glade ahead. Strider hits one of them with a stick. It becomes quickly apparent that these trolls have turned to stone, and are the same trolls which Bilbo encountered all those years ago. For Nepeta? Has Lads started reading Homestuck? Or did Lads read Homestuck at some undisclosed point in the past? Like several of us. As of recently? That's crazy. I wish I could get into Homestuck again, but it's kind of like an all or nothing thing. Honestly, it's very involved. At least mentally, it feels very involved, if that makes sense. No. I don't get ad revenue from YouTube. You have to have, like, a lot of shit to get ad revenue from YouTube. Yeah. I can get memberships open if I get, 3,000 hours of watch time. That would be the next step. Dwarf Fortress stream did pretty good. That got me like 40 hours total. But this one and the XIV stream aren't getting very many hours of view time. They hear the sounds of hooves behind them and get off the road into a patch of hazel. On the 18th to the 19th, Glorfindel inspects Frodo's wounds and allows him to ride his horse as they go forward into the night. They have need of haste and ride until the first light of dawn appears in the sky. I feel like it skipped something there. But no matter. Yeah. The hobbits cast themselves down in the heather near the roadside and fall asleep. A few hours later, Glorfindel awakes them and gives them Mirivor, a drink which revives them and brings them strength. They carry on. The company rests here for the night after a long day's march, from the 19th into the 20th. In the late afternoon, they come to a place where the road runs into a cutting between tall trees. Walls of mossy red stone rise around them. There is still an echo behind them, and a rushing noise like the wind. Glorfindel turns and listens, and then springs forward with a loud cry. The enemy is upon us! The horse carrying Frodo leaps forward down the slope. Frodo feels a strange reluctance seize him and checks the horse to a stop. He looks behind him, seeing the Black Riders higher up the road. He knows they are commanding him to wait. Fear and hatred awaken in him, and he draws his sword. Glorfindel calls to the horse, and it springs forward into a gallop. Away on the left, 4 other riders appear. 2 ride towards Frodo, and 2 gallop madly towards the ford to cut off the escape. All of the 9 pursue him. A breath of deadly cold pierces him like a spear, as, with a last effort, like a flash of white fire, the elf horse passes right before the face of the foremost rider. Frodo reaches the ford. At the top of the bank, the horse halts and turns about, neighing fiercely. There are 9 riders at the water's edge below, and Frodo's spirit quails before the threat of their uplifted faces. He feels the command to halt again, and lacks the strength to refuse. He brandishes his sword and defiantly calls upon Elbereth, but the foremost of the riders raises his hand to silence him. Frodo's tongue cleaves to the roof of his mouth, and his sword breaks. In that moment, as he wavers into unconsciousness, a great roaring and rushing sound comes down the valley. Oh, I'm getting raided! Hello, raiders! The river is risen, and a plumed cavalry of white riders arises from the foam. The great wave sweeps the foremost riders away, and the others draw back. From behind them, he sees a shining figure of white light approaching. Glorfindel. The horses leap forward in terror and bear their riders into the rushing flood. Frodo falls to the ground and hears and sees no more. What up, Sean gang? Gang. What were you streaming today? The High Moors. The company carries Frodo to the top of the bank. He is not regaining consciousness. They need to get him to Elrond as soon as they can. This mod makes it look like Castle Miner Sea. Yeah. It's fucking really beautiful though. Look at this shit. So this is the progress we've made so far. 1 second. We came from here all this way. Now we're here. Dude, I heard the Discord sound and I didn't even look because I'm streaming. I didn't even think about it. I was just like, I gotta check that out after stream. You know, I played Golden Sun as a child on, like, the Game Boy. I played one of the entries. But I don't really remember very much from it. And man, I can't wait until Fire Emblem comes out. Fortune's Weave is coming up. It's very, very, very much coming up. I know by the time that, I only got 2 boss fights left. There you go. I'll have another paycheck by the time Fortune's Weave comes out, so we'll be #gaming. So poor. I wanna get so many things for the stream. I've been looking at 3D motion capture stuff recently. Because I think it would be neat, but the like budget friendly options are even like $300, $400. And it's like, damn. You're 25 levels higher. Oof. Ah, there it is. No worries, Sean. How long was your stream? A few hours? Even I'm getting stiff and I've only been streaming for 3 hours. Actually, right on the nose. I wish... Oh, yeah, if I would have her... Oh. Sorry, I'm stretching. That does make for a long stream. I wish I was comfortable enough with the area that I've moved to do late night walks. But, I wouldn't even walk alone during the day here. I mean, I could walk around my house. There's like, so we live on like a dead-end street and there's nothing back behind us except a building that's only used once a week. So technically I could walk like that parking lot, except there's like a weird and suspicious trailer that lives back there. And there's people that are in and out of it like at all hours of the day and night. Hey! Look at that right down there. One second, I'm gonna turn on the shaders. It's gonna burn my computer to a crisp, guys. But just let it do its thing. Let it cook. And by let it cook, I mean let it cook my computer. Oh my god, I'm just abandoning my freaking line. I was about to beeline it straight for it. It's like, oh my god, Rivendell. Frodo is carried into the valley of Rivendell, home of Elrond Half-Elven. While following the path through Rivendell, we recommend stopping to read the text rather than continuing to walk. This limits you crossing to a latter part of the path and missing some of the narrative. That is true and fair. Frodo arrives in Rivendell in the night. For the next 3 days, Elrond works to save Frodo's life, with little success. On the night of the 23rd, Elrond finally removes the piece of the Witch King's blade, which had been working towards Frodo's heart. Have a good walk, Sean. Here. Frodo awakes in Rivendell, the Hidden Valley. Gandalf informs him of the events at the Ford of Bruinen and his lucky survival. He then reveals to him the identity of Strider as Aragorn, heir to the throne of Gondor. Frodo laments the strength of Sauron and his servants. Sam enters and leads Frodo out of the room. Now, dear, where are we going now? I don't want to skip any of the flags. Frodo finds Merry and Pippin on a porch facing towards the Misty Mountains. He cheerfully reunites with his cousins before Gandalf reminds them of the darkness which lies beyond the valley. They head off to dinner together. That shit do be the Misty Mountains. I'll have to do Bilbo's path on another day. That's where Mizutsune lives. True. At the feast prepared in celebration of his recovery, Frodo sees Elrond, Arwen, Gandalf, and Glorfindel sitting in places of honor. He meets Gloin, one of Bilbo's companions on the quest for Erebor, and they discuss affairs from Dale and Erebor. Gloin mentions the disappearance of Balin, Orin, and Oin, with Frodo listening politely. Frodo walks with Gandalf, following Elrond, Arwen, and others into the Hall of Fire, and minstrels begin to play sweet music. He finds Bilbo sitting in a dark corner. Frodo and his uncle speak about their respective adventures, until Frodo reveals the ring. A shadow falls between him and Bilbo, and Frodo quickly withdraws the ring, putting it away. A little later, Strider comes over and takes Bilbo off into another room, leaving Frodo alone. Bilbo's such a Giga Chad. Frodo and Bilbo return to Frodo's room and talk for a while, looking out to the ravine, the woods, and the stars. Eventually, Bilbo leaves and Frodo goes to bed. Frodo awakes the next morning, feeling refreshed. Bilbo Swaggins is a true and real name. Hi there, Alex. How you doing? Frodo walks about the gardens with Sam, coming upon Bilbo and Gandalf in deep conversation. They begin to discuss the upcoming council, but are cut off by a bell summoning them to it. Frodo, Bilbo, and Gandalf walk back towards the main house, with Sam following behind. I'm doing pretty good. I wish I was having a snack, but I'm doing so much narrating. I can't eat. I want to consume these Cheetos I have. Frodo sees many familiar faces at the Council of Elrond, some that are not, and some that are not. Affairs from around the west of Middle-earth are discussed, such as the escape of Gollum, Balin's expedition to Moria, and Sauron's rising power. The tale of the ring is recounted, and tensions begin to flare over who should take the ring to Mordor and destroy it. Frodo eventually plucks up the courage to volunteer to destroy the ring. He is joined by 5 volunteers: the elf Legolas, son of Thranduil, the dwarf Gimli, son of Gloin, Boromir, son of the steward Denethor, Aragorn, heir of Isildur, and Sam. I love Cheetos. For your Shadow the Hedgehog deck, what does Gloin's card do? In here? The hobbits all gather in Bilbo's room. Merry and Pippin are indignant at the news that Sam will accompany Frodo, despite him sneaking in to accompany Frodo to Mordor. He also mentions that the scouts have been sent in all directions to ascertain if Frodo's path is safe. The party continues to talk into the night. I like that these are programmed as beds, so they have the bounce of beds. Even though they're super retextured, they are still beds. Almost 2 months pass in Rivendell, and the scouts sent over the council begin to return. They bring no news about the riders, some servants of the enemy, other servants of the enemy, or Gollum. 2 months. No information. Elrond summons the hobbits to speak with him. He announces that the time has come to take the ring to Mordor, and warns Frodo of the dangers that await him on this journey. Pippin begs that he and Merry be allowed to accompany Frodo, and is backed up by Gandalf. Elrond relents and permits the 2 hobbits to join their cousin, completing the fellowship. Brr. Pippin is Peregrine Took. P. I think Mary's full name is Merryweather. Christmas! A few days later, on the company's last day in Rivendell, Frodo and Bilbo sit together in Bilbo's room. Bilbo presents his nephew with Sting, the sword he used on his adventure to Erebor. He also gives Frodo the mithril tunic given to him by Thorin Oakenshield. He instructs him to wear it under his shirt and keep it secret. Frodo leaves his uncle. See, fucking Bilbo's so fucking cool. Yeah, Pippin would make infinite food and infinite rats. That sounds about right. Elrond sees the fellowship off, with Boromir sounding his horn as they leave the last homely house. The company are well furnished, and Bill the pony, much rejuvenated after a stay in Rivendell, joins them. Awesome. You're a little busy on this path. Nice to see a bunch of other people on, though. How many people are on right now? 21? A lot of people are just like me, where they're guests. The company takes one last glance at Rivendell, twinkling below them, and head off into the night. This view upcoming with the mountains. The greatest range in the west of Middle-earth. The Misty Mountains. Why did they make it be zigzag? Between here and the pass of Cardras, the terrain is currently below standards and will be significantly improved in the future. Do warp Redhorn Pass to continue Frodo's journey. Alright. Warp Redhorn Pass. I will follow these instructions. The Fellowship have been walking south through the hard and barren foothills of the Misty Mountains for 2 weeks. They travel by night to avoid unfriendly eyes. They are aiming to cross the mountain at the Redhorn Pass and have nearly reached its lowest slopes. So we've seen our first area where it's not completed fully, so they've just tell you to teleport past it basically. Where the hell are we? Where the hell are we? I have no clue. Am I even on the map anymore? Or is this... Maybe, honestly, at a good point to, take a break and head off to sleep. Because what are we? 3-something hours into the stream? 3.5. So yeah, unfortunately, I think I'm gonna head off here. And we'll pick this up another day. I'm really liking this. I think it's really awesome. It's crazy that so much of this was hand-built. Like, what the fuck? You can see some work in progress areas over there. So interesting. Just so nice to see all the stuff that's like hand built and stuff. Like, look how nice this part of the mountain looks, where the way it slopes down here. That just looks really nice. And even up here, the way the mountain's carved looks really good. And it's like this for all of the mountains. All of them. I know large swaths of it were done with world edit type tools, but the detail work, a lot of it was done by hand, which is awesome. It's very, very cool. Very cool to think about. Alright, we will pick this up another time, chat. Be sure to check out ARDACRAFT if you want to see some more of it for yourself. You can just go to their site and they will have all the instructions you need to get it all set up in here. And let me link it in the chat. Chat plural. We do that. Oh yeah. Alright. Good night, chat. I gotta check what the thing was that I was just pinged with because when I have restream on, it doesn't properly show me my Twitch alerts. Oh, it was hydrate? Okay. Bye bye. I will hydrate.